Interesting new updates in this ongoing case against Elizabeth Holmes, who founded this fraudulent blood testing company that was promoted by establishment politicians like Joe Biden and Bill Clinton, among others, before being indicted last year. And before being indicted, Elizabeth Holmes was a donor to the Clintons and was Barack Obama's presidential ambassador for global entrepreneurship. Now we have an interesting new news update on the case, as reports have come out that the Golden Girl, as she was once promoted by these establishment politicians like Clinton and Biden of Silicon Valley, she was supposed to be this up-and-coming CEO. She was then exposed as a complete fraud according to the indictment. Now she's hit a new low where she is unable to pay her attorneys. Just 2 years after being heralded by any and all mainstream media as the next Steve Jobs, Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes now reportedly faces a civil case from her own lawyers who claim that she hasn't paid them for more than a year and probably never will, according to court records, and they don't want to be her lawyers anymore. Quote, Miss Holmes has not paid Cooley for any of its work as her counsel of record in this action for more than a year. They go on to say further, given Miss Holmes' current financial situation, Cooley has no expectation that Miss Holmes will ever pay it for its services as her counsel. It's now being reported that the lawyers are seeking approval from the court to stop representing Holmes, saying, quote, it is unfair and unreasonable to require Cooley to continue representing Miss Holmes in this action. The article also adds a reminder of the charges against Holmes, saying that the FBI has alleged that Holmes and Balwani endangered health and lives through their fraudulent blood testing. A trial date is set for July 28th next year. So a pretty significant update. Elizabeth Holmes' own lawyers are now turning on her. Still a lot of questions about all of the support that she received from people like Biden and the Clintons. Many are probably familiar with some details of the Theranos case, but this company claimed that they had this revolutionary technology and they were doing completely fake blood tests which endangered people's health and lives. A lot of the technology that they said that they were using didn't even exist. So they were taking and testing people's blood, and the whole operation was completely fraudulent. Here's one article right up to 2015, still promoting this as some so-called amazing company. Vice President Biden helping to do that. He visited the company and said that it will revolutionize healthcare. So this 2015 article, just one example of the media and Joe Biden, among others, promoting this fraudulent company. Article reads, U.S. Vice President Joe Biden toured a medical manufacturing facility in Newark on Thursday that he called a laboratory of the future. Elizabeth Holmes, who founded Theranos in 2003, led Biden through a tour of her company's facility, which included a mock-up of the company's wellness center and displayed some of the company's equipment. After touring the company, Joe Biden said, quote, you can see what innovation is all about just walking through this facility. People have had questions also for years about why people like Biden and these other investors would even think that Holmes was qualified to begin with. She was 19 years old when she dropped out of Stanford University to create the company. So a 19-year-old Stanford dropout gets all of this support from all of these big establishment politicians. Biden also previously claimed that Holmes' work had led him to sense a cusp of change within the medical industry. Theranos also had wellness centers at Walgreens stores and other locations within Arizona and California. There was also a former Theranos employee who recently made a statement saying that everything that Joe Biden saw at Theranos was completely fake. This year, a Theranos employee made statements about Biden's 2015 visit where he called Theranos. Biden said that Theranos was the laboratory of the future, and Biden also said that you can see what innovation is all about just walking through this facility. But one employee says there was a problem with the vice president's visit. That was completely fake, according to former Theranos chief design architect. According to friends who worked there at the time, they said that what Biden saw that day was completely rigged for his visit. Quote, they asked all the clinicians that were not full-time to leave, don't show up for work that day. Apparently it was a video that was running on the machines that they were not actually working devices at that period. Another former employee who says that she was present that day said that she remembered the room filled with what was supposed to be Theranos breakthrough Edison devices was actually just a microbiology office days before, filled with old desks and computers. This is a picture that the employee took of the room before it was staged for Biden's visit, allegedly. This former employee said that they kicked out the microbiology team, gave the room a fresh coat of paint, and stocked it with every Edison they could find. In a photo of the room she took the morning of Biden's visit, there were multiple Edison devices stacked, row after row, with fans seen in the foreground. In an email, this employee wrote, quote, the fans in the doorway are because they had been trying to dissipate the new paint smell. But Joe Biden was apparently none the wiser, and according to the former employee said of his visit, Joe Biden said, quote, President Obama and I share your vision of the new healthcare paradigm focused on preventative care, but noticeably absent from all the gushing media attention over Holmes and Theranos was any detail into how the technology actually worked. As has been covered, the technology did not give accurate results at all, and in many cases, Theranos wasn't even using the technology that they claimed that they had invented. Theranos started buying machines from third-party manufacturers in 2010. They talk more about how they were trying to build up this whole reputation around Holmes, even though her company wasn't actually really doing anything. One employee of a big ad agency that worked with Holmes said, quote, I remember seeing her through the glass and being like, who is this person? What is this product? The stature of everything felt very like a politician or like royalty was there, like we were rolling out the red carpet. These ad agency employees said that it wasn't long before things started getting weird. For example, he said that Holmes would fall off of the grid and go dark for a month. That is not typical, he said, of most clients he's worked with, not given the ambition and the desire to move quickly and then be completely unresponsive was odd, very odd to us. They also said that Balwani, who ran Theranos with Holmes, also made their job difficult, as Balwani's main contact for the agency. They said that whenever the team pressed for more information about Theranos' product and technology, Theranos got angry that the ad agency was asking for information about the product that they were supposed to be promoting. Balwani, they said, became almost angry that we'd even ask the question, and that's what was really bizarre to us. They did not want to explain this technology. Another issue that they had with Theranos was their inability or reluctance to pay their bills on time. At one point, one of these ad agency employees also said that they inquired about the location of a Theranos lab the company said was in Arizona. Quote, I was curious where it was, and I was told, oh, we haven't built it yet. It's like, but you're doing the tests. How do you do the test then? They said that they were shocked when they learned that in actuality, Theranos was using FedEx to send the patient samples collected at the Arizona Theranos Wellness Centers to a lab in Palo Alto. We were blown away, he said. There's obviously a lot more going on with the whole Theranos case, but a pretty interesting update. Just wanted to talk about these 3 lawyers, Home's own lawyers, now saying that they haven't been paid in over a year and would like to quit. They have filed a class action suit to stop representing Holmes, so more bad news for Elizabeth Holmes. We'll have to continue to see how this case proceeds. Let me know what you think about this most recent update. Any of these other Theranos connections, also interesting. Any comments about that? Tell me what you think. I will follow up soon. If you could leave a like on this video, it's greatly appreciated, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Thanks everybody that has been sharing these videos and sharing the channel, helping to get the information out there. And thanks again, all Patreon and PayPal supporters. Links to both in the video description. I'll follow up soon. Thanks everyone.